Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan and I might have a bit of a problem. I love seasonal home decor, specifically Halloween. I will insert some videos. Every year I inevitably end up standing in the middle of Home Goods wondering, what have I already purchased before? Have I seen this before? Is this something that fits with my style? What's currently buried 12 bins deep in my basement? We're going into the depths. I am terrified of my basement. Again, ignore how scary it looks, but this is what I'm working with, and this is not even all of it. I have more that's like a divided room, so there's more on the other side as well, but I will not scar you with that visual because that room is bad. It's bad. My first thought was, I wonder if there's an app that does something like this that helps me not just document what I have, but know where it's kept, be able to pull it up instantaneously so that I don't have to dig back through years of photos to figure out what I had on my mantel or what I had in my kitchen, so that I don't double buy the same thing or spend time in the store just scrolling through photos. Apparently, my completely reasonable response to this problem was to develop my own app because there was not one that existed on the App Store that I felt met the needs that I was looking for. So, this is the Keep, a decor inventory app, but it is so much more than that. Baseline, it's a visual inventory app, but I built one specifically because I needed it to be more visually stimulating for my neurodivergent brain. If it's too dull of an app, I won't use it, and if it doesn't have enough of the technical capabilities and specific things I might want, also won't use it. So I wanted an easier way to remember everything I own, an easier way to potentially mock up my spaces. So you can photograph an item, save where it lives, organize things into spaces and collections, and actually see what you have before you buy another tiny ceramic ghost mug, which I might have done multiple times where I've double bought things. Specifically Joanna Parker. I get got by Joanna Parker. This is what the Keep home screen looks like, and I'm going to do just a quick walkthrough of uploading an item to show you what that might look like. You just tap the plus button, take a photo, lay out the item how you want to look at it. It'll automatically crop out the background for you. However, you do have the option to leave the original photo as your baseline if you want it. Type in a name. I struggled a little bit with this. And then you just go through and add in as much information as you want. So different descriptors, those are basically custom tags. You can add different ones. Collections, what holiday, season, what year you purchased it, colors. I don't actually input where it lives on here because it does not have a spot yet. I need to organize my stuff. But then I just type in quickly where I got it. Didn't remember the price, so I don't think I included that either. And you just save it to your collection. And now you'll see it added into my Halloween collection that I've started right there at the top. You can add in other angles for decorating purposes, which I'll show later. The part I really wanted was this. So there are inventory apps already on the App Store, but the thing I really wanted, and I thought that piece that was missing, was I have these spaces that I think about year round. As I'm picking up pieces, I'm kind of trying to visualize how it'll fit into my space, or even as I'm looking online at different items, trying to figure out how it'll fit into my space. So I added in a boards feature, and basically what you do is you can take pictures of your spaces. So I have my living room mantle as a space. I have my kitchen table as a space. You take a picture of that, just baseline, and then you can take any item that you have uploaded into the Keep app onto that space and adjust sizing and positioning and kind of map out how you might want your space to look in the coming year without ever having to leave your couch, which is wonderful. The boards also then pull a list. If you say, hey, I really like the way this looks, you can pull a list of where every single thing is stored if you documented it when you uploaded the item. So it just becomes a really handy tool then, where I don't have to pull out all of my bins, which is actually how I normally do this. I pull up all of my bins from the basement, take everything out and lay it on the floor, and try to like visualize how I want each room every year. I imagine that in the future this will be a lot easier now with the Keep app. It also has this section so you can document everything you currently own. That goes into your collection. There's also like a wish or a wish list option where you can add items you haven't purchased yet and still use them in your decor, but it's kept in a separate bucket so that it doesn't get mixed in and you don't have to find it later. I really wanted a way to be able to see, hey, if I add these things to my board, if I really want these things and it looks the way I want it to look, how much will that total running cost be? So if you put in the cost, again, a lot of this is dependent on the information you put in the front end. It gets more powerful the more information you put in. It'll give you a total of, hey, here's where you find everything in your house that you already own. And then here you have to go to Michael's and buy XYZ. It's going to cost you this much. You have to go to Anthropologie, buy XYZ. It's going to cost you this much. So it's kind of like an all-inclusive one place to go for your decor ideation needs. So I mentioned it gets more powerful the more you add into it, and you don't have to add everything at once. The only thing you need to upload an item is just a picture of it. If you add a title, it makes it easier to search. If you add colors, it makes it easier to search. If you add holidays, times of year, custom tags, all of that just makes it easier for you to find things later, but it's not necessary. If you just want to dump everything in there, you can. There's a loose AI feature that you can turn on that can try to help you find things, but again, it's not like the chat GPTs of the world AI. It's based off of your phone, so it's not quite as smart as some of the other tools out there, but it's helpful. Again, if you put in more information though, it gets smarter and can pull things quicker for you. Optional, it's automatically turned off. You would go into the settings to turn on if you don't want to leverage that part. But yes, the more you add, the better your results will be for trying to find things later. I originally built this with just myself in mind, but the more I thought about it and the more I watch other people's content on here that I admire greatly, I thought this could be a real useful tool for people who enjoy decorating. You don't even have to do it professionally or be as in-depth into it as I am. You just have to enjoy that and want to be able to find things easier. So I decided to actually develop it fully and publish it on the App Store. So it is now available. I will link to it in the description. I would love it if you tried it out, see if you like it. It is still so brand new that if you also have feedback or thoughts, comment them. I will add them into my running beta list of things that I'm updating. It is my baby. It's brand new, but I think it's a really useful tool, and I would love to see it grow with time as people use it. I think right now it has a 100 item limit to what you can upload without it having a subscription. Again, it's a very low subscription. I wanted it to be a tool people could use, but I did spend hours and days, actually months, building it. So I wanted to have a little bit of an option there for some kickback, but you don't have to. I think the average person would likely have under 100 decor items for a holiday. But try it out. I would really appreciate it. Give me feedback if you have it. I genuinely want it to become something that actually works for seasonal decorators, not just a money grab. I guess one other thing to note is that all of the data lives on your phone. So even if you pay for it, nothing ever gets wiped. As long as you don't delete the app, that is your data, your pictures, your collection of things that you are keeping in your keep. So that's yours. None of that goes away. You could stop paying for it at any point too if you do choose to pay for it. I think it's $17.99 a year for the subscription. Again, tried to keep it as affordable, low cost as possible. That's basically the cost of less than the cost usually of one item at Home Goods. So trying to be reasonable. I get some subscription fatigue myself, and I don't want that to become a burden on people being able to enjoy the holidays and enjoy decorating. And as a benefit, maybe it'll save me and potentially other people out there from duplicate buying and spending money that they don't necessarily need if they can map stuff out in advance. So I'm hoping that'll help too. No promises there though. At least not for me. I do have a problem. I will likely still buy very similar things because I have a very specific taste. Candlesticks, it's unfortunately just gonna do me in every time. I might have 6 that look similar. I will upload all of my candlesticks to the keep. But anyway, thank you for being here. This is a really short video today. I just wanted to get this out, share it with you all. I've been kind of hinting at it for a couple months for those who've been following. I'm so excited about it. It is kind of a scary experience. It's the first app I've ever publicly developed like this. It's exciting, but it is a little bit scary, and I hope people enjoy it. At the end of the day, as long as it helps people have more fun around the seasons in decorating, I think that's a win in my book. So thank you for joining. I will see you very soon for actual Halloween decorating, and I will likely be using my app to take pictures of everything as I pull it out of bins and start organizing it a bit better, because you saw what my basement looks like, and I cannot find anything right now. So here's to hopefully getting that fixed in the near future. See you in the next one.